A very warm welcome to my PPT presentation, Angle of Repose. This is Mohammad Fayed from Mechanical Engineering and IARE. So, what is angle of repose? And another name of angle of repose is critical angle of repose. So, on moving further, the angle of repose is also known as critical angle of repose. It is nothing but the angle of repose of a granular material is the steepest angle of descent or relative to horizontal plane to which a material can be built without slumping. It is nothing but the angle of repose is nothing but when we take a material and when we take a material which is horizontal in the plane and when we pour some mud or anything, then the steepest angle relative to that horizontal plane is known as angle of repose. At this angle, the material on the slope face on the verge of sliding. The angle of repose can range from 0 degrees to 90 degrees. The morphology of materials affects the angle of repose. The angle of repose can also be affected by additions of solvent. It is nothing but the angle when we take a horizontal plane and we pour mud on it, then it starts tipping like this. So the maximum angle at which the material cannot slide. The maximum angle which the material starts sliding, it will be the steepest part. So it can range from 0 to 90 degrees. The morphology of the material affects the angle of repose, and also by addition of solvent. When we add water to the mud, the angle of repose decreases, means the steepest curve will decrease. There will be a major flow of water and the mud will be disturbed. So if a small amount of water is able to bridge the gaps between the particles, electrostatic attraction of water to mineral surfaces will increase the angle of repose. The related quantities such as soil strength. So, a small amount of water is able to bridge the gaps between particles. Electrostatic force of attraction to mineral surface will increase the angle of repose and related quantities such as soil strength. So, there is nothing but when we pour mud on it. So, the mud is not a solid particle. They are tiny particles. So, compulsory there will be gaps between them. So, if we are able to fill that gaps with water, then there would be an electrostatic attraction. As in the given figure in the PPT, we can see the angle of repose. So the toppest path is the steepest angle. This is the steepest angle. So this is a picture of angle of repose. So when bulk granular materials are poured onto a horizontal surface, a conical pile will form. Conical pile. The internal angle between the surface of the pile and the horizontal surface is known as angle of repose, and it's related to density. Also. So this is the angle with angle of repose and is related to density, surface area, and shape of particles. So moving further, definition according to mechanics. The internal angle between the surface of the pile and the horizontal surface is known as angle of repose. It is related to density and surface area and shape of particles and coefficient of friction materials. The term has related usage in mechanics where it refers to the maximum angle at which an object can rest at an inclined plane without sliding down. This angle is equal to arctangent of coefficient and the static friction between the surfaces. So the angle of repose is sometimes used in the design of equipment for processing of particulate solids. For example, it may be used to design an appropriate hopper or silo to store the material or to side a conveyor belt. For transporting material, it can also be used in determining whether or not a slope will likely collapse. The talus slope is derived from angle of repose and represents the steepest slope of a pile of granular material will take. This angle of repose is also crucial in correct calculating stability in vessels. It's also commonly used by mountaineers as a factor in analyzing avalanche. So, on moving further, we can see that using a rectangular plane we get this steepest slope using circle, square, triangle, double fold and etc. are the pictures here. Thank you.